Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the most valuable triple gem Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Venerations to the most venerable elders, and friendships to our venerable brothers. Good morning and good evening to everyone's classes, audiences around the globe. Today, October 11, 2023, in our Zoom meeting class Sutta study from International Buddhist Institute located in Arizona, USA. You are going to learn about Dhamma in English. So let's go back to Monday, that we have gone through Padaliputta Vattu, about new constructions of Padaliputra city, that King Ajatasattu moved the city from Rajagriha to Pataliputtagama, to be a capital cities of Magadhan Kingdom or Magadha County. So on Monday we just go through but not complete that. So let us go back and see whatever the Buddha give blessing and instruct all of those two ministers and colleague. So here 3 verses that is common for our Buddhists, especially monastic monk, recite these 3 stanzas or verses. Yasmin patese kapeti vasang pandita chatiyo silavante tapujitva sanyate brahmacharino. In Cambodia, Tipitaka brahmacharino. Ya tatha devata asum tasam dakhina madise ta pojita pojiyanti manita maniyantinam tatona anukam pimata puttam va orasang devatanukam pito poso sada bhadra nipasati. So tatonang anukam pente here. So just only one. Anukam pente. Mata puttang va orasang. Yeah. So this is very beautiful stanza delivered by the Buddha that is common about spiritual relationship, about spiritual connection, especially when you are living wherever you are living, even at home, in the temple, community, in the forest or village, wherever. When you do something such a good deed, wholesome action, you perform charity, generosity, dana, parijaga, or practice morality, practice meditation, mindfulness, you share that merit to deities. Share this merit to deities, gods, devas, naga, garuda, supanna, all of those beings that can be experience or understand what is good that you have done. You share this merit to them. That's why the Buddha said, for know-how blessing, the Buddha just mentioned for the Pandita Jatiyo. Pandita Jatiyo means the wise man. Pandita Jatiyo means the wise man. What are the wise men? Pandita Jatiyo. English translation, we translate wise man. The wise man is always performing a good action. Is sorry. Is always perform very great action. So usually the wise man, do you know what the Buddha said about the characteristic of wise men, or the definition of the wise man? It is found that the definition of wise man is explained in various treatises. Like the wise man refer to wisdom. A person having wisdom is called wise man. Pandita Jatiyo. A person having a wisdom, or one who completes with general knowledge and who is capable of discrimination, the meanings of good from that or bad. So the one who can understand about the meaning of good or bad, or can discriminate, or can understand what is good, what is bad, we call wise man. And one who has no arrogance or conceit, although he has full of great wealth, better education, and great benefit. So you rich or you poor, whatever, educated or not educated, you graduate or not graduate university or college or whatever, but if you have no arrogance or conceit, you don't know, you don't harm others, you don't make others suffer, have no jealousy, no ill will, it is called wise man. And a wise man never long for the thing that should not be gotten. They never worry for those things that are lost. They never confuse when his well are lost. This is also wise man. They never long, it means they never grasp, they never attach to whatever they have. For example, they have house, they have family, they have everything in their life. But the wise man never clinging. never long, never attached to that thing. Even though those properties were lost, they always not conscious. They can control their mind very well. They accept the reality. And also they never worry for those things in the future, have something happen like this. They have no time for worry about it. It is also called wise men. And wise men makes to be free from danger. They goes with the gates of knowledge of benefit here and now and in the lives to come. So wise men, they are very well prepared for themselves on the journeys to heavens, to next world, to Nibbana, or to living in daily life. No dangers, no worries, no fear for the wise man. Wise man is one who think right thought, speak right words, and does a good deeds. It is also wise man. And wise man is one who serve for the benefits of all in the world and sentient being, such as for the benefits of oneself, for the benefits of others, and benefits of the both. This is also called wise man. So it is just example that I just only bringing up from some other sources. So Pandita Jatayo, the wise man, Pandita Jatayo, the wise man, when they do something, when they have performed something, or they build, like they build home, Vasagara and Sunita and Vasagara, that they build a new home, new city, Silavante Pujitva, they invite the virtuous people. Silavanta means the virtuous leader or the virtuous people, the monks. Sanyate, who are trained, who are well trained, and Brahmacharino, their practice in the holy life, Brahmacharya. So after invite the monks or virtuous people to have a meal, to have dana, offer food or other requisites to the monk, Yatatha Devata Asum, Tasam Dakina Matise. So Yatatha Devata Asum, whatever devas there are who report this offering. So Yatatha Devata Asum means the deity, devas, devata means deities, the deity who live in that place. Tattha. Ya devata, whatever devas or whatever deities, asum, it means living tattha there. So living there, the deva living in your home, with you, in your village, in your house, in your property, or wherever. So when you do merit, tasam dakina matise, dakinang atise. Atise means you dedicate. Dedicate here we translate as report. You just report dakinang, this offering. Dakinang means dakinadana. Dakinang means the righteous way in order to dedicate the merit to your departed or others. You dedicate this merit, you report this merit offering tasam to them. Tasam means to them. To whom? To deities, to devas, to gods. Whatever you do a good thing. Ta pujita pujayanti. Ta means you. When you respect them, when you honest to them, when you respect them, pujayanti, they also respect you. Ta pujita pujayanti. So the devata or deity that you pay respect to them, they will respect you back. Manita manayantinam. When you honor them, they will honor you back. So this is how you connect to the spiritual beings, unseen being. You never see, you don't see the devata or deity or God's house or village house or village god or house god or any other supernatural beings. But by dedicate merit, by report the offering, by pay them respect, pay them honor, they will respect and they will honor you back. They will take care of you. And you see the last stanza what the Buddha said, Tato nam anukampenti mata puttam va orasang. Devatanukampito poso sada bhadrani pasati. So it is very clear, right? Tato nam anukampenti. Tato nam anukampenti means the devas or deity will take care of those person, those people who respect them, who honor them. I mean, when you do merit, you invite the man to have lunch or have dana offering, and you dedicate merit, you share merit, you report merits to them, to your house God, to your village God, to your home God. And then they will respect you. They will take care of you back. And you see, mata putang wa orasang. Mata putang wa orasang means like a mother take care of only son. Orasang means the only son. The mother take care only son very carefully. Very she take care her own son very carefully. It is the nature of mother. You can imagine how your mother take care of you when you was a baby. So devata or deity who are respected by you, honored by you, they will take care of you like the mother take care of her only child, only son. Devata nukampito poso. For those who are devata, take care. Here we translate tremble. Those person or those people tremble by devas or by deity. Sada bhadra nipasati. They always develop happiness. Never ruin, never face difficulties. Because devata, God's deity, take care of you for all the time. Sada means all the time. Sada bhadrani pasati. You face only increasing, developing, enhancing happiness. Sada means all the time. So these three stanzas, it is meaningful for especially our venerable monks. When you go into placing home, don't forget to recite this. Don't forget to explain this to them. Yasmin pate se kapeti vasang pandita chatiyo silavante thapujitva sanyite brahmacharyo ya tatha teota asam ta sang dakhina mati se ta pojiyanti manita maniyantinam tato nam anukampanti mata puttang va orasang devata anukampito poso sada bhadrani pasati. So this is the stanza that collected from Dikha Nikaya, Sutta number 16, Mahaparinibbana Sutra. You can go and read it. And related to the God's house, we call God house. In Cambodian, we call Jeniang Pteh or God house. That you are always accepted, even in any tradition, Cambodian tradition or Southeast Asian tradition, Chinese tradition, or South Asian tradition. The tradition around the world, they accept the God's house. So this God house is mentioned by the Buddha in Pitta Titalika Pedavattu. In Khuddaka Nikaya, Pedavattu number 5. Yeah, Pedavattu number 5. So this they translate as advice to a daughter, English translation that I took from translation Google they post in Google, but this translation is not correct translation. Advice to a daughter. Pitta Titalika Pedavattu. Titalika mean it is not an advice, and yeah, Tita can translate as the daughter, but it is not correct translation, I think. That's why I just put another version. You cannot you don't understand this thing, but this Dr. Hamlet translate very good and the correct. The Thai purpose that mean Pitta Titalika. This Thai mean plastic or mass, and purpose mean doll. You see this, you see the doll toy. You see the toy. I think you know the toy, right? The doll toy that playing by the kids want to play it very much. So the female Thai puppet, the female mask doll. So Dr. Hamid translate is very good, the Thai puppet, but in English we have to translate to other to like the mask doll like this. You can check dictionary and then
d'arbitre suprême pour garantir le fonctionnement régulier des pouvoirs publics. Bermaksud Datul Cie hanya hanya
what is that?
គឺជាអ្នកដំណើរជាន់ខ្ពស់ដើម្បីធានានៅកិច្ចដំណើរការទូទៅនៃអំណាចសាធារណៈ
What is thatអំណាច Okay, I think maybe just only so the Pitta Titalika Pedavattu you can translate as the mask doll. Pitta means mask and Titalika means the doll. So the discourse or the stories of Peta means hungry ghost, the stories of hungry ghosts or the stories of the masked doll. You can translate it. If you see this translation, advice to daughter, it's not correct translation. That's why I just take this translation. Even you don't know, you cannot understand this language, but it is good. Yeah, it is good translation that Dr. Hammett, the German, he translated this Petawattu into German language. So that's why he's good understand the Pali language and translation. So in Petawattu, Pitati Talika Petawattu, that is the story that the granddaughter, Petalika can be translated as the granddaughter, the granddaughters of Anathapindika. I think you know Anathapindika, who built the Jetavana temple for the Buddhas. Jetavana monastery for the Buddha. Anathapindika has granddaughter, and this granddaughter always play the masked doll, always playing masked doll. And this granddaughter is the beloved of Anathapindika. One day, unfortunately, the masked doll is broken, fall down and broken. And the granddaughters of Anathapindika always crying, having said that my daughter is died, my daughter is dead. So granddaughter of Anathapindika considered the masked doll as her daughters. You catch my word? So the granddaughter of Anathapindika considered the masked doll as her daughter. So that's why when the masked doll is broken, she thought her daughter is died. So you catch the word, right? This is the story happened in the Buddha's time, Anathapindika house. And then Anathapindika advised or response to his granddaughter, having said that, don't worry, my beloved, I will do almsgiving, Dakshinadana, and offer the food to the Buddha and monks and dedicate merit to your daughters. You understand, right? Because Anathapindika have no other objects to do merit rather than masked doll. Because his granddaughter crying for the masked doll that broken, having considered that this masked doll is dead. Her daughter is dead. So Anathapindika make this an object as the objects of doing dana. And saying to his granddaughter not to cry anymore, the grandpa will do Dakshinadana or almsgiving for your daughter, your master. So that's why whatever or wherever, however possible, the wise man perform merit. In any condition, in any place, they can perform the merit. They can observe the merit. They can make good deeds. Wholesome quality are fools in the wise man thought. So that's why the Buddha, the Supreme Buddha, gives advice after almsgiving. Because Anathapindika invite the Buddha and 500 monks to the house and do Dakshinadana or almsgiving to the Buddha and dedicate this merit to the master. Do you think the master can accept this? No, because master has not a real beings, just only door, not real being, just only symbol, not real beings, not real daughter, not real human, not real animals or lives. So the master is not real life, not real beings. But Anathapindika still can do merits, still can perform, still can arrange the dana for the Buddha for the benefit of himself and others. That's why in these 4.5 verses, the Buddha mentioned both. The Buddha mentioned about the benefit. The merit is benefit for oneself personally, the benefit for other departed people, benefit for the people around you, seen and unseen people or gods, deities, house god, or other guardian gods. So let's go to the verses together. I did not read the translation yet in English, but we'll see how he translates, because this translation, the advice to daughter, it's not correct translation, but acceptable that it can be like that. But the translation here, now we can go together. Yam kinchara manangkatva dacha danam amachari or danam amachari puppapete cha arabha adhava vattu devata. So it is the first verse, first stanza. Yam kinchara manangkatva dana dacha dana mamachari. Dacha dana danang amachari. Amacharis mean, what does amacharis mean? Amachari mean here unselfish people. The people is not meaned. He's not meaned. So mean unselfish people or the wise man. Kattva mean make any object. So yang kinchara manangkatva mean make any objects, make anything as the objects, dacha danang, and gives a dana. Dacha mean gives, dana mean offering or gift. Here they translate. So they translate unselfish people give gifts to virtuous people with the intention of sharing merits with departed relatives in the ghost world, or with deity who live in their own houses. Yeah, I think it is a correct translation, a good translation. So puppapete cha arabha. So the wise man, the unselfish people, just take any objects, any thing that happened in their family and happened in their life, like Anathapindika, just only the master of the granddaughter broken, and can make this an object to do a dakina dana, to do a dana, to do the offering. That is how the wise people, wise men, the intelligent people, they make a good for themselves, even though they are, for example, the dogs at the dog at their house, or cows, or any animals, or something lost or happen, any accident in home or within their life, they can invite the monk to bless, invite the monks to give dana and dedicate this merit. Any object as the dana is giving. Otherwise, cha mean otherwise. Poppapete arabha. Arabha mean you take any other objects. Like poppapete. Poppapete mean your relative who passed. Departed relatives mean your relative who passed. Your generation of generations of your relatives in the past who are already passed. It doesn't mean they goes to the beta or health or something, but beta here, departed. Beta mean departed. It means they die. They already die. Popa in previous time, in very long time that you remember or not. For example, the relative of King Bimbisara, 92 earths, 92 years in the past, still comes to Bimbisara to experience or to anumodana, to rejoice the merit that King Bimbisara does for them, dedicate for them. So Poppapete Arapa means you make your relative as an object. For example, in this Pyumban ancestor celebration, usually you don't have anything, any object or any thing that you need to go to the temple, that you will offer the dana to the monk. But because you remember to your departed people, you remember to your relative in the past, your great grandfather, parent, or many generations of your relative, you just go and dedicate, offer almsgiving to the monk and dedicate this merit to those people. This means Poppapete Arapa. Atava, or any other object. Atava, otherwise, Vattu Devata. Vattu Devata here mean the deity who live in your own house. It means house gods, house deities, or house deva, or in Cambodian language. So Vattu Devata here, you can see in Cambodian Tripitaka, Petavatu, they translate Jening Pte. So Vattu Devata, so the Devata or deity who lives in their own houses, your house. So every house have deities. So this is the second source that you can believe, or you can share this knowledge to others, that there is God or deity living in your house. Based on the first source, here the Buddha just mentioned that devas or deity, any position, any ranking position, will think to live with those people who are like this. The second stanza, Chattaroja Maharaje Lokapale Yasasino Goveram Tatarathanja Virupakanja Virulhakam. Te Cheva Pochita Hunti Dayakaja Anipala. So it is also very, very meaningful. So you see, there are 4 guardian gods. 4 guardians God. Chattaroja Maharaji. It means the 4 great guardian gods. Chattaro means 4. Maharajas mean the great king or great guardian. Lokapale means the world guardian who take care of world. Just as you know, who are prosperous, who are great or benefit, or they are the powerful, but the powerful king, because these 4 king, Govera means the king of Yaksa, the devil, and Tatarata means the kings of Tatarata means the kings of Kantapa, and Virupaka means the kings of Naga, Virulhaka the king of Supanna, Garuda. So these 4 great kings, you can dedicate to them. In Devatuta Sutta of Khuddaka Nikaya also said, having said that, these 4 kings, 4 world guardian kings, come to the human world every 15 days of the Lear moon. The Lear moon, every 15 days of Lear moon, these 4 kings, the 4 powerful, the powerful 4 great kings who guard this world will come to the human world every Lear moon day, the 15th Lear moon day, to check, to see, to make a record of who's doing good, who does not good, who do bad or good thing, and they record it to report to the Indra, to the 33 of the god of 33 kingdom. Te cheva pochita honte dayakaja anipala. So te cheva pochita honte. So these 4 world for powerful world guardians of the world, that you are respect or honor them. It means when you dedicate the merit to them, that means you respect them. That means you are honor them. Understand it? You dedicate merit that you have done to those 4 great guardian king. That means Pochita Honte. That means you are respect them. You are honor to them. And when you dedicate to them, or you do merit because of them, it doesn't mean that you're gaining nothing. It doesn't mean like that. It doesn't mean that, for example, you have a $10 note, and you give all $10 to your friends, and you are no more money, no more $10. Just $10 just gives away. Merit is not like that. Merit is the happiness. When you give, when you dedicate this merit to others, Dayaka anipala. Dayaka, the donor. Dayaka means the donor, anipala. It doesn't mean that you have no fruit, that you have no result. You still result. You still have this with you. You still have this merit. Even though you're sharing the merit, but you still have Dayakacha Anipala. So the donor still have fruits, still have the result. The donor doesn't mean that the donor is no more merit. So you understand that, right? Third,
Yes, Father.
okay. Third verses. Nahirunang wa soko wa yachanya paridevana. Natang peta sa ataye evam titantanyatayo. It is the same to Theravada Sutra that you have already listened every day. If you go to the temple in this time, Pyumban or ancestor periods, you hear every day Theravada Sutitanti Santi Sankhya Gahadake Sujadwarapaha, for example. And this is the same. Nahirun wa soko wa ya chanya paridevana. So nahi runang wa sokova. Runang mean wiping. You crying. Runang mean crying or weeping. Soka mean sorrow, sorrowfulness, suffer. And Bharatevana mean crying, but Bharatevana mean crying with saying. When you crying and having said, oh, my daughter lost my father, such this thing, my daughter still young, why he goes on, why he's go before I go, why I am still I have a gray hair, why I make a do funeral for the black hair, something like that. So Paredeva, I mean crying with saying something. We call lamentation. So if you know the Pali word and English word, you don't need to you don't worry about translation like Bariteva, he translated like crying only is not enough, but Bariteva means lamentation, crying with detailing, saying something, crying with saying something. And Runang can be weeping, can be mental suffer and sorrowfulness or suffering, mental suffering, or painful, inside painful. You can translate it like whatever you want to translate in English. Natang peta saataya. When you do like that, you have no benefit to the departed people, departed relative. Petasa or peta doesn't mean only bread, only breta, only the hungry ghost. Peta here we call hungry ghost, but the term peta or petanam, it doesn't mean always hungry ghost. Peta means those who are departed, those who already passed. So that's why we translate usually departed relatives. So petasa or petanang mean the departed relatives. So natang petasa ataya. You crying, you weeping, you lamenting, or you perform sorrowful. It's not benefit of your of benefit to your departed relatives. In that such a way, you cannot experience this merit or happiness to your departed relatives by crying, by lamentation, by sorrowfulness, by showing paining, suffering, something like that. It's not benefit for them. Evam titandanyatayo, your relatives, your departed relative never know you. Never know. They just only like that. They just only living in the hopeful or terrible place. They cannot release. They cannot be released from the difficulties because of your crying, because of your sorrowfulness, because of your lamentation, because you're weeping. Understand that? Crying have nothing. Crying cannot help you, cannot help your relative, cannot help your friends. So how can you have the departed relatives? The last verses, the Buddha said, Ayanjako dakina dinna sangham hi supatidhita dikaratang hitayasa thanaso upakapati. This is the stanza, the verse that the Buddha mentioned almost every this sutta, Petawattu from Terokutta Sutta also have this stanza. So Ayanja ko dakina dinna. Ayanja means ayang and ja. Ayang is called this. Dinna dakina dinna. This dakina dana or donation or almsgiving. This almsgiving, only this almsgiving. Dakina dinna. Dakina dinna. This dakina, this almsgiving. Dinna having offer. Dinna means having offer or having given to Sangham hi supatithita. Sangham hi, it is for the Sangha. Supatithita means good offer. Supatithita means good place offering or goods offering or rice offering to the Sangha. Sangham hi supatithita. It means good or place to the Sangha or offer to the Sangha in right way or in whatever planning. So this dakina dana who you are given to the Sangha only digaratang hitayasa. Digaratang hitayasa means for benefit for many, for long times. Hita means happiness or benefit for long time. Dikaratang, for long time. Dikaratang. Thanaso upakapati. This is very common word. Thanaso upakapati. Here the Buddha refers to the hungry ghost. Thanaso upakapati refers to the hungry ghost. There are 4 kinds of hungry ghosts mentioned by the Buddha that can accept your dedication. The other hungry ghosts who are suffer very much in the hells cannot experience your dedication. Thanaso means suitable place. Thanaso means by place. If they born in hell, Naraka or Nirya, in the hells, they cannot accept your dedication because in hell the fools of suffering. Fire always burn the hell. They have no time to know, and they also can go and tell them that their relative dedicate merit to them. They cannot have a time to experience, to enjoy your dedication. That's why in Nidya, in health, cannot accept your dedication. And if they born as an animal, as a cow, elephant, dog, cats, chicken, ducks, for example, they also cannot accept your dedication because they don't understand. They don't know what you are doing. But you can share your loving friendliness, your loving kindness, bhavana, meditation. You share your loving kindness to them. This will help them as animal or health or whatever. If they born as human, also they cannot experience this dedication because they don't know you are doing. But it doesn't mean that you cannot share your merit to your friends. when you do good thing, you just go to your friend, your parents, your relatives, saying that, oh, I went to the temple today and I offer the food to the monks and give something to the virtuous Donji, Tachi at the temple. So this merit is good merit. Please, I share with you. Please join with us. That is also merit sharing. You can share the merit. Even though your relative born as the Deva, as a deity or God, they can also accept it. They can also accept your dedication. If they know. If they not know, they cannot experience it. They cannot enjoy it. But if they know, they can accept your good. So this is very good stanza that I think some temple also recite this stanza when they make a blessing. Blessing after the accepting the almsgiving. Some temple, some monk, especially our old monk from 30 year, 20 year, they recite this stanza also, the verses Yanginjara Manangatva Dana Mamachari Popapete Jarapa Atawa Vatu Devata Chattaro Maharaji Loka Pale Yasasino Kuveram Tataratanja Virupa Kanja Virolakante Jevapochita Honte Dayaka cha Anipala Hironnang wa Soko ya Chanya Paritevana Tampeta Saatta ya evam tithandanya tiyo ajanjako dakkina dinna sangam misupatitita digaratang hitaya sethanaso pakapati. So these stanzas are still recited by many monks in our kingdom, Cambodia. I experienced hearing this sometime, and also I remember this stanza for a long time already, but just remember and take this source for you. Just take it, learn. If you want Cambodian translation, I'm sorry that I cannot do for you right now in Cambodian translation. I have no time for that, but just only take the source for you, and then you can read in Cambodian Tripitaka number 55 something. Yeah, 55 or 56. Yeah, go and read it and you will get more clear understanding if you cannot catch my translation or my explanation. And I don't mean something for taking this translation, but I just take the word here, the type of pay. That is very good translation from Dr. Helmet that translate Cambodian English Tripitaka into other language. That advice to the daughter is not 100% correct translation, but this translation is really correct. Yeah. And in this video, in this Zoom, there are people watching us through the Zoom or to our YouTube. They understand this language also. Often bezogen man aux is when one guys man gebe gives. Cypher die Verstorbenen, Cypher das Hauses Güter here. So this is very good translation. I encourage those who understand die Leute, die Deutsch verstehen, kann man also dieses Verses, dieses Gatha lesen und verstehen. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, you're free to ask. And on next Friday, I think we will have another sutra. I think one more sutra is enough for us. Friday, and the rest. I think we have 4 more days to go. One sutra is very important sutra for you as a lay peoples and for general monastic or lay people. I will take that sutra and explain you from the Sutta Nipata. Yeah, from Sutta Nipata. It's very meaning sutta. I will get it for you, and we will learn the final, the last sutta. It is called Nidhi-kanda Sutta. Nidhi-kanda Sutta. It's very meaning, very good sutta. I used to remember that sutta for a long time, but now I just remember some stanza only, it's not the whole thing. But when we learn together, maybe I will remember it. I will get it back. So thank you very much. If you don't have any question, now the time is also the on time. Yeah, 9:07. Yeah. So if you don't have any question, I will dismiss the class. So thank you very much for your participation and your Venerable Suong Sutton. Yeah. Venerable Suong Sutton is good in Pali, as I know. So translation, if you know English, you know the English word very well, and also you know the Pali translation, you can translate to English. You don't need just follow the translation of others. For example, Dr. Ree David, the first who translate Tipitaka into English. Venerable Jnana Muli, Venerable Jnana Teloka, Venerable Jnana Bodhika. So they translate is very old version of English. So if you know the Pali very well and you know English literature, you can use other terminology to translate Pali into the English by your own. And the later translation, I encourage you to read Bhikkhu Bodhi translation. So he has done the 4 volumes of Sutta Pitaka. So Bhikkhu Bodhi understand well Pali and Buddhism. He ordains, almost 50 years, more than 50 years as a Bhikkhu, and he learned Pali and Buddhist philosophy in Sri Lanka and around the world. And also Venerable, the great master Hene Pula Gunaratana, or we call Bandeji, he translates many sutta, and terminology he uses is not borrowing from Christianity or Western language. He just translates as very good English translation for the term Pali, but the terminology, especially in his book, Mindfulness in Plain English, Loving Kindness in Plain English, or Beyond Perception, Beyond Mindfulness, and blah, blah. He published many books you can find in Google. So thank you very much, and all the best to you. Have a very pleasant night in Cambodia and a good morning to USA. Namo Buddhaya.